And now, our next speaker. My name is Robert Mason, and I'm 66 years old. For most of my adult life, I was never just Robert. I was Robert and Susan. We met in college, fell in love over library books and cheap coffee, got married when we were both 24, lived in the same small house in Vermont for over 30 years. People used to say we were inseparable. They were right. She was my best friend, my partner, my peace. And then, 3 years ago, she got sick. It started with fatigue. Then came the tests. Then the silence in the doctor's office. Cancer, fast-moving, aggressive. They gave us a timeline. Months, not years. I thought I'd fall apart, but Susan didn't. She smiled, baked pies, planted tulips, even helped me fix the old back door. She used to say, "Rob, we don't get to choose how long we live, only how we live while we're here." She passed away on a Sunday morning. Peacefully, I was holding her hand, and then I was alone. After 40 years of saying we, I didn't know how to say I. The house felt quiet in a way that hurt. I'd reach out to pour her a cup of tea and stop halfway. The sound of my own breathing at night made me restless. People meant well. They brought food, cold sometimes. But grief is not loud. It's not crashing or screaming. Grief is quiet. It sits with you at breakfast, follows you to the mailbox, waits by the closet you're too afraid to open. I started drifting, watching too much TV, eating whatever. I stopped shaving. I ignored birthdays, holidays, even forgot my own once. There were days I didn't speak a single word out loud. Then one morning, I sat at the edge of the bed and said something to myself. I'm still here. It wasn't a grand thought, just a small fact. I'm still here. Susan's gone, but I'm not. And if I'm still here, there has to be a reason. That very day, I stepped out of the house and went for a walk. Just 10 minutes. Cold air, quiet street, but it was the first walk I had taken without her in years, and as I walked, I passed the church we used to go to. There was a sign out front. Volunteers needed for meal delivery. I kept walking, but those words stayed with me. That night, I looked it up. It was a small program, just delivering hot meals to elderly folks who couldn't cook. I signed up. My first delivery was to a man named Bill, 84, sharp as a tack, living alone since his wife passed too. I knocked. He opened the door, looked me up and down, and said, "You're new." I smiled, handed him the food, and replied, "Yeah, I'm trying something new." We talked for 20 minutes. He told me about his time in the Navy, showed me a photo of his wife, and told me the secret to a happy marriage: just say yes more than no. That visit lit something in me. I kept volunteering, and every time I met someone like me, someone who had lost, someone who had loved, someone who was still showing up, quietly, gently, one day at a time. And slowly, I felt my voice coming back. My strength. Not to forget Susan, never that, but to carry her forward by living in a way she'd be proud of. A few months later, I joined a men's group at the community center. Mostly retired guys like me. We talked about everything. Grief, cooking, joint pain, the best pie crust, and for the first time in years, I laughed. A real, chesty. I still cry sometimes, in the car, while folding laundry, but I also smile when I see sunflowers. They were her favorite. I hum our wedding song in the kitchen. Grief doesn't disappear, but it makes space when we let life back in. Last year, I planted tulips in the backyard, the same kind Susan used to grow. This spring, they bloomed. And standing there, coffee in hand, morning light on my face, I whispered, "You'd love this, Susie, I didn't hear her voice, but I felt peace. So, to anyone listening who's lost someone, I won't tell you it gets easier, but I will tell you, you'll get stronger, you'll get softer, too, and you'll learn to live with the memory instead of fighting it. You're still here, and that means something. Thank you.